What do you want in your cha?
Thank you. Macadamia nut milk and some liquid monk fruit.
Here.
Thank you.
How's the baby?
It's too hot to grab.
Give us one thing you've learned about having a newborn.
Breastfeeding is really, really hard. It may be something like our bodies are naturally meant to do, but without a lot of practice and like tons of patience, I can understand why a lot of women might feel that they just want to stop and do formula or just, give up. It's frustrating.
How old is he now?
1 month today.
Whoa, it's his 1 month birthday. Wow.
I know, he's getting so big. And he's super tall. We tried to fit him into one of his outfits that he wore like a week ago, and he doesn't fit into it anymore. He's too tall for it. I think we have like a skinny, tall man on our hands.
Kevin Durant.
We have a Kevin Durant on our hands.
Our forgotten son. I'm having a bulletproof coffee. Collagen, MCT oil, and ghee. It's not a puppuccino. These are his little baby feet. Mega has a nursing gown on. She's testing her ketones and stuff because she says, what's the deal with breastfeeding?
So I was gonna look into it, but they've been substantially higher while I've been breastfeeding. They were 2.0 like 2 days ago.
You've been having more carbs too.
I have been. I've been eating quite a bit more carbs.
How many more, like 70 a day?
Probably around there. Like, yeah, we'll do veggies for dinner, like acorn squash. Like I'll have a Primal Kitchen food bar, which is a higher carb snack. I've been doing a lot of berries. I don't know the exact reasoning as to why my ketones are higher.
He's gonna cry.
Okay. I'll look it up and I'll get back to you guys. Do you want me to take him?
No. Jai ho. Here's your eggs.
Thank you. They look great.
Does it look good?
Yeah. Is that only 2?
3.
Okay, I was gonna say that's not a lot.
The baby fall asleep?
Yeah, you're just gonna scream forever now? That's your new tone? Shout out to all my moms who breastfeed and pump.
How much milk did you get?
Probably around 2 ounces, because he ate a bunch and then I've pumped afterwards. We have yet to try it, right?
No.
Now that it's actually, I'm producing it, I'm not tempted to try
Me
it
neither.
at all. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Theo can enjoy it all.
Mega's adding tomatoes to her breakfast. What's something you didn't know about newborns?
They're born with 2200 vision. So like they can't see anything when they're born. I just assumed he could.
2200, what does that mean?
They can see if it's like 8 inches away from them, they can only see things. They can't see anything else further past like 8 to 15 inches. You learn so much, and I'm just reading constantly, but yeah. So he's 4 weeks today, and now he can like follow moving objects slowly in the room, and he can track things, and turns his head when he hears me or Matt. He's sharp. He's on his game. What have you learned?
I didn't really learn, I learned a lot, but the main thing I've been thinking is if you don't have a kid, you never connect this whole circle of life thing. So it's made me appreciate my parents a lot because of how much work it is to have a baby. You never get that perspective if you don't have a kid. So I've just been reflecting and I'm like, wow, you guys, I guess you did do a lot for me. I'm gonna make something to eat soon.
And I'm wearing a new shirt that I bought when I was very pregnant, and now it fits me comfortably.
Theo woke up with one sock on. Look at his little feet. I love them. It's hard to get work done with a baby.
I know, but it's okay. He's the best. Theo's brewing up a poopy.
It's been brewing for a few days now.
I know, there's a tummy ache. Yummy.
Here's my breakfast. 5 eggs, an avocado, and then I'm also gonna have this cold brew coffee Mega got for me.
And I'm having an avocado snack. I'm hungry.
A lot more snacks when you have a baby. Mega's just got home from the doctor. She's having a snack. Mixed nuts.
So I had 2 cashews and 1 almond. I'm starving.
Theo just woke up and he's hungry. He's crying.
I came home right in time. It's okay. It's okay.
This is what Mega wants as a snack. These are frozen blueberries. And this is a granola that we find at Whole Foods, but it's local to Georgia, so I don't know if they have it everywhere. But the only ingredients are right there. Coconut, almonds, prunes, carrots, salt. For a serving, it's 4 net carbs. Enjoy your snack.
Thanks. So we prepared. Did you hear that burp?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, now I can breathe.
We got dinner. I got a steak here, 6 ounces or so.
He just
He
cooed.
talked.
Oh my god.
Say it again.
Coo.
Say it. And then I got some Brussels sprouts cooked in some fat and seasonings.
And I have the same exact thing on my plate.
So from 1 to 10 on how hard you expected giving birth to be, what did it rank?
Oh, well then 10.
Harder than you could have ever imagined?
Yeah, so I would say it's like maybe like a 20. Well, you were there. What did you think?
I had no idea. It seemed pretty hard, but like I wouldn't have said a 10.
You wouldn't have?
No, because it only took like 4 or 5 hours, right?
Only took, no. I went into labor at 3:30 in the morning.
Tell them about your labor and stuff.
So I went into labor at 3:30 in the morning on the 19th, and our plan had always been to just stay at the house as long as possible. So when I'd get to the hospital, there was no like waiting around, and I was just ready to go. I can't move. So we lasted until about 11 a.m., which is when my mucus plug came out, and I was just like bleeding a lot. So we drove to the hospital, and at that point I was like in pretty deep contractions, right? Did you forget the entire day?
I remember your water broke when we were at the hospital.
So yeah, on the drive there, I was like clutching his hand during every contraction. It was so painful. Parking the car, and my water broke in the lobby.
I don't remember a lot of it. All I remember is like we got into a room, and then next thing I know, the baby was there.
Water broke, so they immediately took me back. I was 6 centimeters dilated, so I lasted pretty long at home. At 4:28, he came, but actual active labor, I probably pushed for like 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah.
Like when I see it in movies, they have like the legs up, and there's like, you know, like a big
stirrups.
blue cloth that's like covering everything, and it's just the doctor that's in there. That's not how it was.
We also had my doula there.
Yeah, it was very wide open.
The doula, Sarah, she was great because she was telling Matt what to do. Because if it was just me and Matt, he would have just sat there like...
Yeah, she was essential.
Yeah.
So when the baby came out, initial reaction, I didn't love him right away. It's messed up to say that, I guess. But it was just like some random baby, you know? Like I didn't know what he was going to look like. But now that I know him and he's great, I love him. But at first it was just like some random baby that was handed to me. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's my baby now.
Yeah, I think it takes a while for the connection to build with the dad. But even for me, like, he came out, he's just so white. And I was like, where's the Indian in him? He has like light brown hair, he's like blue eyes right now.
Very white looking, but maybe, I don't know, maybe his features are becoming more Indian.
Hi. Oh. He's missing a sock. It's perfect. I would say, for those of you out there who are pregnant, planning to get pregnant, worry less about the aftermath and worry more about the actual labor and delivery. Because once you have the baby, you can endure any pain. You can run 3 marathons back to back, I guarantee it.
Being a parent so far, the first month of having a newborn, from 1 to 10 on how hard I thought it'd be, like a 6. Definitely not as hard, like the very hardest I thought it'd be, but I'm also the dad. But I guess you kind of get used to just like the lights are on when you sleep, and sleeping is more like not continuous and dark room and all that. It's more like, you know, you could be interrupted and stuff, and then you can do naps too, and it's like more just continuous sleep-wake cycles, not like sleeping at night.
I can't, like the past month has gone by so quickly. So like I'm sure there were definitely moments where I was just like, did we ruin our lives? You know, like you're in the trenches. It's like I'm up like 3 a.m. He's crying. Matt's sleeping.
But he's so amazing. You just live through your baby now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, the first 4 weeks, I would say the first 2 weeks are probably like a 7.
The first night is scary because you have a baby and you don't know what you're doing.
And then 3rd and 4th week, I would say is like a 5.
Here's another thought I've been having, and maybe this is just confirmation bias since now I have a baby. You really get to relive things through the baby and experience all of their joys and like, you know, just curiosity for life. And I wonder if being 40 with no kids has to get dull and just like,
do you feel like you missed out?
Purposeless. That's probably what all people that have kids think. We went to get his checkup on his weight after he was born. He was down like 10 ounces or something, which is pretty normal. Babies lose like up to 15%, but he was like right at the 15% mark.
No, he was at 11.
It was hard to do breastfeeding, and the doctor kept telling us to do formula, and we didn't want to do it. We were like right at the verge of just like giving in, because you got to feed the baby, right? I guess like a lot of doctors probably recommend that.
We decided after talking to my doula that I was going to pump and supplement with my own breast milk. Like that makes the most sense, right? But they don't really give you that option, or at least our doctor didn't. We went back and she just championed through it. We really like bulked him up.
Oh, when we were weighing him at the 2-week checkup, it was like, but I've never felt like that much pride or like determination in anything in life than like weighing my baby, you know?
I was so proud of him.
Yeah, it's like going back to high school days of like how much things actually matter. You know, like in high school when like the boy dumps you or whatever, you're like, oh my gosh, my life is over.
Yeah.
It's like things are back at that stake level. It's not just like meaningless, like what do we watch for TV tonight type of things.
Right. It's like a make or break decision.
Yeah. Okay, we're eating dinner. I'll be back. Maybe I'll try going to Aldi and seeing if I can get this 0-carb bread that everyone's talking about.
You should. And then I can toast it up and give it a try for you guys.
After dinner snack. This chocolate bar, 88% cacao. So for half the bar, you're looking at 7 net carbs. I usually have like a little less than a third. 6 squares. So that's probably like 3 or 4 net carbs. Almond butter packet. It's RX bar, but nut butter, and it's vanilla almond butter flavor. 5 net carbs for this pouch.
And I'm gonna have this bar for my after dinner snack. I've never actually had this vanilla shortbread bulletproof bar. Matt likes them, but I'm gonna give it a try. And yeah, here are the macros. It's 14 fat, 12 protein, 14 total carb, and 5 fiber, so not bad.
Okay guys, I'm back from Aldi, and they did not have the bread, but they did have a few new things. Last time we went, we probably told you this, we went to try filming an Aldi grocery haul, and there was 0 items. So we just had to, we recorded for like 20 minutes and then we didn't even make a video because it's so bad. But it seems like they're starting to tailor more and more stuff to keto. Prosciutto, and I ate one on the ride home.
That looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's not real prosciutto because prosciutto has a DOP thing on it, designation of product. So this is like fake prosciutto, but it tastes like prosciutto, so, and it's like $3
cheaper
instead of like 7. And then there's this I found in the beef jerky section. I checked all the beef jerky, all of them had sugar, but this is biltong. 1 carb, I think, in this whole pack. Oh, and if you guys can hear that noise, that's Mega's breast pump.
Yeah, I'm pumping.
She's pumping milk while she films. Not great, really smoky. Like too smoky. And there's these Parmesan crisps, off-brand. And then I wanted to get these even though they are not good for keto. I know a lot of you guys ask about these, and some of you guys even eat them all the time because it says carb conscious. It says 2 net carbs.
A lot of people talk about them on IG too, just like they're great.
Yeah, except it's 10 grams of maltitol.
So why'd you get them?
Just because I wanted to convey the point.
Wasting money?
Yeah, well, it's for you guys. I'm wasting money for the video. So I mean, one of these, it's 17 total carbs, 5 fiber, 10 maltitol. Essentially, this is like over 10 grams of carbs. So I wouldn't eat them. They probably taste really good though. They look really good. Oh, they're really small too. So like that right there is over 10 carbs. This is not worth it at all. Didn't pull apart nicely like I expected either. Okay, that's 10 carbs.
Yeah, the bread, did you ask?
No.
See, that's the thing. If I went, I would have been like, do you guys have the bread? Are you getting the bread?
There was only one person working there, and it was like a high schooler that had a bunch of tattoos and like nose piercing.
So someone you should feel totally comfortable approaching.
She had the eyeliner that like at the edge, it goes out really far.
Like winged?
Yeah. What do you think about that look?
A lot of people can pull it off. Not me.
Are you eating anything else?
No, I had that bar. It's pretty filling, the bulletproof bar, and it was really good.
Yeah, they've grown on me. I'm gonna have one more bar. I'm gonna have one of these keto bars, chocolate peanut butter flavor.
If you weren't aware, we have a second cookbook, Keto Made Easy, Fat Adapted 50-Day Guide. It's actually out right now, September 17th. Today. So my 2 favorite recipes are the sour cream biscuits. So if you have one,
we made them for Krabby Eve.
We make them every Krabby Eve. It's a tradition.
Well, we only done it once.
I know. I'm trying to like make it stick. And then dessert-wise, the almond coconut crumb cake. That one's delicious. Let me show you a picture. Beauty. And Matt took these pictures in case you guys didn't know. He's got some
also, guys,
handy skills.
We got a cookbook recently. It had 0 pictures in it. These pictures are how you validate the people selling you the cookbook actually made the recipes.
Yeah.
And they didn't just like contract someone to write recipes in words.
And just put like
this is proof that the recipe actually exists.
And we have a whole meal prep section in the front. See? Meal prep. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 like big recipes, and we make 3 different recipes out of that one big recipe. So in the front of the book, before you get to the recipes, we have meal plans. So 50 days worth of meal plans. And this is week 7, for example. And you got the pictures, you're told what to eat, exactly how much to eat. And you even have a shopping list. Definitely check this out. You can definitely get it on Amazon. That's probably gonna be the cheapest place to get it. Keto Made Easy, Fat Adapted 50-Day Guide.